Welcome to the Sochi Autodrome for today's qualifying session on a track that winds its way around the 2014 Winter Olympic Park. It's really difficult to predict who might come out on top here in Sochi today. I really believe it can be anyone's race this weekend. But am I just sitting on the fence, or do you agree with that?
Well, if you're allowed to sit on the fence, then so am I. To be honest, it's hard to say. This is a new circuit for the teams and drivers. They'll have some data, but it's going to be down to whether they place more emphasis on qualifying performance compared to the long-run pace.
What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here. Welcome back to my F1 2015 career mode as Pastor Maldonado. Here we are for the Russian Grand Prix, and this episode's a little bit longer than usual because it's actually an epic race, one of the best races I think I've ever been involved in. But in the qualifying session, we're currently 11th, just behind our teammate Roman Grosjean, and we're looking to put in a better lap. We're currently a second down after 2 sectors, which isn't too bad considering we're in a Lotus. We're coming past the penultimate corner through the final corner. This lap should be a lot better, and let's see where we end up. 5th at the moment. Let's see overall at the end of the session.
It's been a mighty qualifying performance from Mercedes today, with both cars on the front row for the race tomorrow.
They've really worked hard this weekend, and it seems they've been able to set up the cars perfectly today. Whether this will translate into race pace tomorrow, well, we'll just have to wait and see.
Here we are in Russia, in the scenic Black Sea resort of Sochi, where this purpose-built track is described as one of the most impressive tracks on the Formula One calendar. Welcome to the Russian Grand Prix. He looked strong all weekend, and when it mattered most, he was on top of his game, and more importantly, on top of the timesheets. Nico Rosberg has the advantage of P1 and a great chance now of victory.
He has clean air in front of him, so we'll be hoping he can create a gap over the first few laps. If the cars in second and third can keep close until the first round of pit stops, then they may be able to take advantage on the undercut.
Who do you think is set for a strong outing here today?
Valtteri Bottas looked in a bullish mood in the driver's press conference, a real fire in his eyes, so expect a strong result from the Finn today.
So, 9th place, right next to our teammate Grosjean, so not a bad session for us. Looking forward, obviously. I mean, Ericsson's ahead, and he is so slow in the races. But looking at strategy, yeah, 1 stop. Well, Rosberg last season pitted on lap 1 and went all the way to the end, so let's see what happens. On the grid, the lights are building, so much tension. There's a long run to the first corner, so we got to get a good getaway, and away we go. And obviously we get a terrible start. And Grosjean straight past us, but using the slipstream, I think we've got some great straight line speed with the setup we're using. Grosjean squeezing us to the curb, we don't want that. In Ericsson's slipstream, going to go up the inside into turn 1. Grosjean's flying up the inside, he's going to, yeah, he cut the corner contact between both of us, and we've been spun round. We've got a tag there, I think it was from Ericsson, and we're in dead last. Oh my god, what a horrendous start. And we're just sliding around for good measure, and yeah, we've got a lot of work to do right now. We're miles behind. We had a decent start as well, but contact with Grosjean. And then I'm sure it was Sauber that tagged us round. We'll have to see from the replays from the start. And first of all, here's Grosjean's start. There's me on the left. Obviously, Grosjean got a better start. He got a better start than Ericsson, but just had nowhere to go. He gets slowed down a bit. I come in the left. There we go. Got the slipstream. I move him slightly to the right. He brakes so late, goes up the inside of the Williams there, cuts the corner, makes contact. He gets a tag from me, and you can see in his mirror, yeah, you can just see me facing the wrong way. But yeah, it looks like it's Ericsson who had that amazing qualifying session. And yeah, he just comes across and tags me. That's totally his fault. And I hope he gets a penalty for that. On board with Perez, I think this is. Yeah, all Ericsson's fault. He should have stayed off the track, but the recovery began at the end of lap 1. I caught up to this really slow train. It's Roberto Merri that's got himself up into 15th place, and he's really slowing these cars down. First of all, Stevens, this should be pretty simple. The manner is horrendously slow. Got the 2 McLarens ahead. Jensen, he looks like he could be my next victim, and yeah, just slide up the inside. He's got no pace. And Merri's actually having a really good race so far. I can't remember a time that the Manners weren't the last 2 cars, but look at the grip here. Alonso's got no speed, he's stuck behind the Manor. So just simply putting it up the inside and getting the move done up into 17th. Merri, this shouldn't take too long, I'm going to be honest. It should be an easy overtake. And here we go. Much better grip, better traction, and just sliding up the inside into this fast right-hander. There we go, 4 positions gained in about half a lap really. So the next few cars should be a lot more tricky though. Verstappen and Kvyat, who were battling really hard. They were side by side for quite a while, and it allowed me to catch up. Got DRS now, and I don't think I'm going to get the move done here because Verstappen's got DRS as well. Going past Kvyat, this yellow flag ahead. Looks like there could be an incident, so I'll slow down. And yeah, what are them 2 cars doing ahead? This is a spinner, and yeah, I've just gained 4 positions there. So that was that was quite eventful. I don't know what happened there. I just saw, I think it was a Force India spinning a Toro Rosso. So it must have been Carlos Sainz as Verstappen overtook Kvyat. And we'll see in the replay. This is Hulkenberg going for a move. And once again, he's doing, that's poor driving there. Slams Sainz into the wall. Sainz just stops. And Hulkenberg carries on. Oh my god, the AI at times are just so dumb. But it's actually hilarious. And on board here with Sainz, yeah, he gets smashed into the back. Loses part of his front wing into the wall and just stops on the track. What's he playing at? And Hulkenberg just says, screw it, yeah, I'm coming through. A Red Bull stops on the track. That's Kvyat getting overtaken by Verstappen just ahead of me. You see the contact ahead, and then you just see me on the right fly past them all. Screw the yellow flags, I'm going through. So yeah, up into 12th already. What a recovery this has been, but it's been destructive from the AI, just slowing each other down, taking each other out. You can see the 2 Saubers here battling with Perez, really holding each other up. There's a huge gap ahead, but if I overtake these 3 cars, I'm back in the points, and considering I was last on the first lap, that's a bit of an achievement. So getting no traction out the final corner. We've got decent straight line speed, but I don't think we're going to overtake any of the cars ahead just yet, but give it a bit of time. Anything can happen as Perez goes for the overtake on Ericsson ahead. Side by side, they'll be slowing each other down, of course, and yeah, they made a bit of contact, slowed down NASA, and this gives me an opportunity to overtake 1 or possibly 2 of them around the outside of NASA. Look at the grip on the outside. That's really worked well for me there. Coming at Perez, we've got a bit of oversteer, but that gets us through, and we're up into the points already. It's taken 6 laps. What a recovery. And then onto the back of Ericsson in the DRS straight. These cars really have no pace, and yeah, I'm too quick to be racing with these. So up the inside, let's get this move done. Up into 9th, but look at that gap ahead. It's Romain Grosjean, my teammate, ahead, and the gap is 11 seconds, so that's going to take quite a few laps of some great pace, which I don't think I have that much of an advantage over Grosjean. But a bit of a message from the engineer. 15 minutes till heavy rain. That throws up something to... That gives me a chance to get into the top 8 now. So I was thinking 15 laps, 15 minutes even, that's about 10 laps. Everyone else is going to go on the primes because it's a one-stop race. But if it chucks it down, you don't need to run both sets of dry tyres. So I'm going to go on to the options, try something different, because that's probably the only way I'm going to get further up the grid. So lap 10, going into the pits, it's going to be another set of the options while I get the undercut, and then everyone else will be going on the prime tyres. So let's see what the stop's like. Let's go, guys. Options back on. There we go. We'll drop a few positions, obviously. Coming out in 14, still ahead of the McLarens. It's so embarrassing for them. But yeah, I should get a major undercut now. I was scheduled to pit on lap 13, 14. So that's when I presume the other cars are going to the primes, and they did. Actually, well, some of them have not pitted yet and closing back up on the Force Indias. This should be pretty simple. I am on brand new tyres. Up into temperature now. Going up the inside of Hulkenberg. I actually cut the corner there a little bit, so yeah, I probably shouldn't be doing things like that. And as the front runners pit, they get involved in the scrap with these the cars further back. So you can see Grosjean is just ahead there with Massa, I think it is. But trying to get back past Ericsson once again, it's going to get very tight here because I bet he squeezes me against the wall. He doesn't actually, that's a surprise, they usually do. Around the outside, and we've got the move done. Up into the points again. Hopefully we dispatch Verstappen and then close in on Grosjean. We've closed in 11 seconds in, I think, 3 laps of the undercut. Plus they're on the prime tyres, so this strategy looks like it's really working so far, but we obviously need the heavy rain. But looking at the clouds, it looks like it's definitely going to happen. Verstappen into the pits, and we're behind Grosjean. Who would have thought first lap in dead last this would be going on, and we're going to get DRS as well. Oh my god, I really can't believe this. This race has been awesome so far, and there's another half to go. Closing in on Grosjean, DRS now just to help me, and there we go. Up into 8th place, and next is Massa, and just ahead of him is my championship rival Daniel Ricciardo. So this race has just turned up upon its head. It's just amazing, and we're on the back of Massa, and look, it's starting to rain. And for some reason I'm thinking there's a glitch. I couldn't see any raindrops ahead of the car. The rain on the camera just kind of appeared, so that was weird. But closing in on Massa. Is DRS still enabled? Yes, it is. It's still dry enough. Massa squeezes us onto the curb, and the way the wall comes in, that could have been pretty dangerous. I could have ended up in the wall, but braking later, there we go, up to 7th. And next is Ricciardo, and we really did close in on him. He was struggling as the rain was getting heavier. It's probably time to pit at the end of this lap. There's a bit of confirmation as DRS is disabled. That's usually a hint to change tyres. So DRS is gone, but I'm still going to get this move done because of Ricciardo's power unit. Up into 6th place, there we go. Hopefully we can get the braking done here. Yeah, oh, we've lost the back ends, touched the wall, we've gone wide. Definitely time to pit. We do keep the position, but that was because of the weather. I did go off the track, but I think I had the move done anyway, so let's have a little struggle here in this tight chicane and then come into the pits to get the intermediates on. And there's still 12 laps to go, so whew, that's been a really quick first 15 laps with so much action. So coming into this very tricky pit entry, it's so easy to slide across the track and totally miss the entrance. Going on to the inters, good stop, come on. What are we going to get? 2.6, not too bad. And we're coming out in 6th. We've actually got quite a bit of a gap to Ricciardo. We gained a few seconds in that pit stop phase, so it's working really well. But sadly on these tyres I struggled so badly initially, and that was because it was heavy rain now. So after a lap on the inters, we're on the full wets. We're going in for the full wets. We got Ricciardo on our inside, side by side going into the pits. I haven't done this before, and if Red Bull's garage wasn't before ours, then I'm sure there'd be a bit of a glitch or incident here. So Ricciardo's pitted. Luckily his garage was before ours, coming in for the full wets. Let's see if we can get out ahead of the Red Bull, and it looks like we can by quite a bit. We must have had like a second better stop, so good job from the guys. And out in 6th once again. We're nowhere near Vettel ahead, but we'll see going into the pits. Ricciardo just gets a better run, slides up the inside very sneakily. I didn't expect this whatsoever. And yeah, he's just ahead, but I keep it there side by side in this very tight pit entry. I don't know what would have happened in real life. I'm going to guess you're not supposed to do that, but oh well. And on these full wets I really was struggling. I just didn't have any pace. I just had the straight line speed to just keep ahead of Ricciardo, as you can see here. But yeah, it's a bit of a struggle. I'm holding Ricciardo or backing him up into Massa, who's in 8th. We're coming to this braking zone. We're losing control. We've broken too late. Locked up. We're going wide. Please keep it out the wall. We touched the wall. Ricciardo's through. Oh, absolute disaster. But we're struggling once again. And Massa is on my inside, and he gets past quite easily. I just need to compose myself, get back into the zone, and I can get these positions back. And that's what I did really. I had some really good pace in the next few laps, closed back in on Massa, but the rain was it wasn't as heavy as before, so it was time for the intermediates once again. So this is our 3rd stop of the race, and a great job from the guys, got us ahead of Massa. The pit crew have done a fantastic job this season. Fast pit stops all year to gain us positions. It's great to see. But now if I push on, I can get Ricciardo once again. Just need to keep my head in the game, put in some good laps, and then we'll be right on the back of him. And that's what happened. Ricciardo wasn't the quickest on these inters, so I closed in. Look at the straight line difference. Even without DRS, we're going around the outside into the braking zone, and we've got the braking sorted this time. Kind of swipe across him and get the position back, and DRS is enabled, which again is usually a clue to go onto dry tyres. But looking at the screen, it still looks a bit too wet, and with only 4 laps to go, it wasn't worth the risk. I think I was pretty much defending position 6 from now on. Me and Ricciardo, my tyres had gone, they'd overheated so much, and Ricciardo at this point had better grip and he's trying to go around the outside. I defend, I really want to beat him, to get ahead of him in this championship battle. Me versus Ricciardo for 7th place, and yeah, just keep him behind there, but there's still a full lap to go and you can see how much I'm struggling in terms of grip. And later on in the lap, into the DRS zone, he will be getting DRS. The track is bone dry and we're on intermediate tyres. It's just a terrible combination. Let's see if Ricciardo can get past. What is his straight line speed like? Had to go into the rich mix just in case he gets past on the defensive line. He's broken later than me. I'm losing a bit of control, but I'm maintaining it and putting the car in the right position. And there we go. It looks like we've defended 6th place very well at the end there from Ricciardo. Just get through this tricky chicane. You can see the struggle, the lack of grip. The tyres have totally burned out, but we're ahead. I think we're going to get this done. Just need to negotiate these last 2 corners. First one done. Coming up to the final one. We're coming to the line. And there we go, we've done it. 6th place. What a recovery from last on lap 1. Ah, okay. No reaction from Crofty or Anthony Davidson. Can't say that's the worst thing to happen, but there's the result. Rosberg takes his 2nd win in a row from Hamilton. He is closing in the championship standings. The 2 Ferraris, and there we go, 6th place, ahead of Ricciardo, and Grosjean came home in 9th. So again, some decent points for us. So we'll have a quick look at the drivers, and the gap at the top is 35. Rosberg, it's not over yet, he's not going to give up, but it's going to be very tricky for him, and the battle with Ricciardo goes on. We're equal on points again, with 4 races to go. It's going to be an epic battle, and I'm really looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. A quick look at the constructors, and yeah, we're in 4th because Kvyat doesn't score points for Red Bull basically. So that was the Russian Grand Prix. I really hope you enjoyed it. That was so fun. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe for future F1 2015 content, and I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.